Alright, it's time to start another series. So, I've been wanting to pick up a 6 Creedmoor, but unfortunately with today's current situation, I can't find the one that I want, so I finally gave up and I just went ahead with another 6.5 Creedmoor. Now what you're looking at here is a Savage 110 Tactical with a 24-inch barrel, 1 twist, again chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. I do have my Athlon Midas Tac 6-24 Optic on it, and I do have a cheap Amazon bipod on there. I also went ahead and installed my muzzle brake off my other 6.5 Creedmoor on this because I really don't like shooting guns without a muzzle brake. So the reason why I went with the Savage is, number one, they have a pretty good reputation for being a pretty good shooter for their cost. But what I really was into was I wanted to be able to swap out the barrels pretty easy whenever we do move over to 6 Creedmoor. Now this is the 110 Tactical, so it does have the AccuFit stock, which it's an okay stock. It's pretty solid. There are some pros and cons to it. We'll get into those later. You know, this is just the first video shooting some loads with it. But overall, pretty happy with the gun so far. The action's not quite as smooth as my Bergara, but this is, you know, about $350 cheaper as far as the price goes. It does come with a 20 MOA rail, which I like, and the AICS pattern magazines. So this is going to be the new gun that we use on the channel for 6.5 Creedmoor most of the time. The other Creedmoor will kind of come out from time to time. So as you can see, there's a bunch of powders behind the gun there and a bunch of bullets. We're going to load up some random stuff today. Let me go ahead and move that gun out of the way so we can check out our loads here. Alright, so what I'm going to do today in this first video, I've already shot the gun 5 rounds, broke in the barrel, sighted in the scope. What we're going to do today is we're going to choose 5 different bullets. We're going to do 3-shot groups, and I've chose 3 powders. So Reloader 17, H4350, and Hodgkin Super Performance. We're going to use the Winchester large rifle primers. That's what we're going to use in this gun to kind of separate that from the 34s that I'm using in my Bergara. Now the reason why I chose these bullets, some of these bullets and powders have been really good powders and bullets for me in the past, and some of them I don't have much experience with, or the experience I do have is poor. So we're going to use the Hornady 140 grain Botel hollow point match, which is a bullet that I've had really good luck with. We're going to use the Sierra 130 tipped game changer, which again, that's another bullet that I've had good luck with. The Hornady 123 grain Botel hollow point there in that bulk packaging, again, another bullet I've had good luck with. And then the 2 that we're going to use that I've had very poor results with so far is the 145 grain Barnes match burner and the 130 RDF. So I want to kind of test, you know, some good loads, some bad loads, and see how tolerant the gun is. Now, I'm not going to tell you the load data right now. I'll put it up when we get out on the range because it's going to be a little bit confusing. But essentially what I did was pick a charge that was maybe a grain or 2 below max and an overall length that was close to what they recommended, that was 20 to 50 thousandths off the lands in my rifle. It's not pictured here, but we are using new Nussler 6.5 Creedmoor large rifle primer brass. So again, I will show you the loads whenever we get on the range. Let's get out there and let's see if the gun will shoot. Alrighty, we are out here on the range. The target is at 100 yards. This is my Savage 110 Tactical chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. It's got a 24-inch barrel and a 1 twist. This is the basically the first loads out of the gun. I did shoot 5 the other day to kind of break the barrel in a little bit and get the scope generally sighted in. Now the other day I didn't have the muzzle brake on, so our point of impact may have changed a little bit. Hopefully it's close enough to get on our target there with our first rounds. We are doing that assortment of ammunition today, but we are starting with the 140 grain from Hornady with H4350. Now this is a load that shot really good in my other Creedmoor, so we'll see what happens in this one. It is a nice day to shoot. It's about 50, maybe 60 degrees. There is a little bit of breeze though. It's probably 10 to 15 mile an hour off the left, but still should be a pretty good day to shoot. All right, the gun is cold and the gun is clean. I did clean it after I shot it the other day. All right, first group here. We'll see how they shoot. Alright, cool. Our point of impact was pretty close. Our brass looks fine. Alright, that doesn't look like a bad group. Let's see what the velocity looked like. 2677 feet per second and 8.4 SD. Pretty good numbers there for some random loads. Alright, let's move on over to the 123 grain Botel hollow point. Alright, that one looks like a pretty good group as well. Probably a little bit better than the first one. Take a look at the velocity here. Alright, so good velocity data on that one too, 2907 feet per second with a 9.6 SD. Alright, moving on over to the trouble bullet we had in our 6.5 PRC, the 145 match burner. Moment of truth here. Now these I loaded too long to go in the magazine, so we are going to have to single feed them. Alright, so that is our worst group of the day, but it looks like it's at least trying to group, unlike my PRC. So far, we're looking like we've got a tolerant barrel. Alright, moving over to the 130 RDF. So this, again, was kind of a trouble bullet that I had. Kind of wanted to see if this gun would shoot them well. Alright, not too bad. Take a look at the velocity here, 2809 feet per second with a 2.6 SD. So really good numbers there. Looks like barrel's tolerating some bullets that I've had bad luck with in the past. So far, pretty happy with the results. Let's see what the 130 tipped Game King from Sierra will do. This would be one of my bullets in the past that I had good luck with in my last Creedmoor. Alright, that one doesn't look too bad either. So now these are definitely the hottest loads we've loaded today. I think there might be just a little bit of a swipe on that piece of brass, but really nothing scary. Let's take a look at our velocity there. Alright, that one we were looking at 2929 and an SD of 17.2. So let's go ahead and grab the target and we'll meet you back on the bench. Alright, we're back at the bench here taking a look at the first group with the 140 Botel hollow point. We shot a 0.75 inch group, 2677 feet per second, and an 8.4 SD. Moving on to the next load there with the 123 grain Botel hollow point. We shot a 0.59 inch group, 2898 feet per second, and a 9.6 SD. Moving on to the 145 grain match burner. We shot a 0.98 inch group, 2587 feet per second, and a 33.4 SD. Moving on to the 130 RDF, we shot a 1.04 inch group, 2809 feet per second, and an excellent 2.6 SD. And moving on to our last group of the day, the 130 tipped Game Changer, we shot a 0.88 inch group, 2929 feet per second, and a 17.2 SD. So overall, I'm very happy with these groups. I know they're all 3-shot groups, but only one of them is over an inch, and it's just barely over an inch. So it looks like the gun's going to shoot. Not looking too much at velocity there because again we just kind of picked some random loads. You know, seems like we were moderate velocities kind of with all of them. Definitely could push up on some of those. Looking at our brass, there's really nothing to see. Like I said, all of these are moderate loads. I'm probably not even going to throw up a picture here just because there's really nothing to see. The brass looks pretty new. Now that group you're seeing towards the bottom there, the bigger circle, that is the loads that I sighted in the other day with them, and now that is some stuff that I loaded for my other 6.5 Creedmoor I had left over from hunting season. That's the Hornady 123 grain SST and 42.8 grains of Reloader 17. Now that's in Starline brass, and again that was really loaded for another gun. Now that group is a 1.15, which really isn't too bad considering that between each one of those shots the barrel was cleaned. So again, like I said, I think I'm really happy with the performance as far as the initial results go here. I'm going to clean the gun up. What do we have? Close to 20 rounds to the gun now, so it's been cleaned a few times. Probably clean it this time, and then we might try a little bit more with one of these bullets in the next video. So comment down below what you think of the new gun. I'm happy with it, so we'll see if we can make some good videos shooting some good 6.5 Creedmoor groups. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to shooting this gun again. We will see you next time.